This is Calvin Castine. It's a bright and beautiful October afternoon at Cumberland Head, back of the Crate Civic Center by the Plattsburgh Municipal Beach. Cumberland Head campground, I guess this is. A lot of picnic tables and a lot of people enjoying themselves, eagerly anticipating the CVAC or Section 7, I'm not sure which, or maybe it's both, cross-country meet. This will determine the Section 7 championship, and I guess also the CVAC championship. We're at the finish line. A lot of people around. We're hopefully going to find somebody who knows enough about what's happening to fill us in. We're on limited battery power, so the amount of our coverage will be limited by that. We've got other things going on today that require equipment. And we promised to be here, and we are here. A lot of the sports fans in the North Country are at the big football game. You would think it's the biggest thing this side of the fish concert. Beekman Town in Peru. But if it turns out to be a good football game, we'll try to get you a copy of that so we can show it on Hometown Cable. In the meantime, Hometown Cable is here for the cross-country event. They're going to start the modified race. We'll catch them at various times in the course of this race. And hopefully we'll be able to be at the end. You saw the last cross-country meet we did at Northeastern. We stayed too long at one of the vantage points, and by the time we were ready to move to the finish line, the leaders were already crossing, so we had to shoot them from a distance. Doing their last minute warm-up. Beautiful day, gorgeous day. Very comfortable, mid-60s. I would guess it's a near ideal day for runners, just cool enough where it's not warm. These people will all be generating their own heat. We hear a national anthem in the background. I guess that was for our benefit. There'll be 3 races. Whoa! I think they're shooting at us. And I guess half the fun is watching all the spectators run to get different and better vantage points. As you can see, there's a lot of interest in cross country, and as I said, an ideal day for it. So I'm sure that helped bring some spectators out. Sounds like the runners are coming in to sight. Yep, they're coming around the mountain out there, running alongside the fence that separates the beach from this picnic area. leaders. In the varsity runs, there'll be boys and girls separate, but here for the modified, it's combination. This is one of the few sectional events where you'll see modified participating.
Go, Shane, go! Go, Shane, go! Go, Shane, go!
He ran. He ran real hard.
We're going to now move to our next vantage point. So don't go away.
Okay, here they come. Let's hear it from the crowd, everyone, as they come through here.
They have ventured up to the finish line.
I can see them coming along the path here. This is a really fast course here. And it's Chad Morse with that famous kick. Attaboy, Chad. Great job. Let's give him a hand, everyone. CVAC Boys Champion in Modified, Chad Morse. Here's Anthony Priscindaro and Josh Jabut going at it for second. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? It's going to be Anthony Priscindaro, followed by Josh Jabut. DeForest Carter in third place for West Sable. Travis Norton is fifth.
All the way through!
Come on, you gotta keep going. Keep going, please. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Let's give everybody a cheer here as they come into the finish. Here's the girls' race right here. Annalise Cook and Jennifer Evans making a run at it. Who's it gonna be? Oh boy, what a race, what a race. Keep going, please. Annalise Cook, CVAC Modified Champion. Jennifer Evans was second.
Hey, come on,
Fantastic finish.
Come on, Pete!
Come on, guys. Hold it through, please. All these runners are giving it their best today.
Hey, good run, John.
We're still only 8 minutes and 50 seconds into the race. This is fantastic times today.
Come on, TJ! 22. Okay, excellent. Under 9. Under 9. This is the third.
Good job, Carrie! Barbara!
Keep going.
Is that third girl? What's her name? Carrie Gregory was third in the girls modified.
Come on, buddy. Out of way, Trav. Look at that time, bud. 27, good job. Right down. Good run.
Give him a hand, folks. This is the future of the CVAC coming in here. Great race, folks. Great race. Some wonderful times here. We're just hitting 10 minutes now.
Stay in line. Stay in line.
That's a way to finish. Good job.
Good job.
Let's hear it for these kids, folks.
Well, there it is.
As I said earlier, we're running on limited battery
Katie
power
Hayes coming
because
in.
of
She
the many
swam in a swim meet
places
this
we
morning.
have to
She's been busy.
So we'll stay here till this battery goes, and when it goes, we'll go on to the girls' event. So stick with us till our battery conks out. Trying to get him in the We're about to see the start of the girls race. Time is 2:26. We're supposed to start at 2:30. Try to remember that gun's going to go off. Probably don't jump too high when it shoots. And they are off. And the human stampede also occurs again. We had a beautiful view of the lake from this vantage point. Those of you who've been here obviously are already aware of that. I've never been here before. The girls are starting to pull into sight. There's your leader. During the season, boys and girls race at the same time. Oh, the sectionals. It'd be a little crowded if they tried to all go at once. I get a nice, must be a nice little feel for the kids when they come running through this crowd. Fans on both sides cheering them on. Must be a nice experience for the kids.
Maple Valley, Brian Power from Northeastern Clinton, and Darlene Holland from Plattsburgh. Make sure you give those coaches a pat on the back before you leave today. They did a great job this year. Time for a little more inspirational music.
Kelly fast. Kelly, you can
At this point, they have really spread out.
Hey, Jared?
They'll be coming along any moment now. Remember, every runner in every race, no matter what place they're in, they always like to hear a cheer as they go by. So let's give them a hand and give them a little boost as they go by us here. The runners are coming along.
Amy, come on. Go, Amy.
Amy Talaski made a big move there in the second half. She's got a nice lead here. Looking good, about 1,000 meters to go. Joanna Evans is in second place from Peru.
Come on, Eden.
Eden Brady is in third place.
Come on, get your arms up. Come on, move it, Eden.
It is Sable from Ticonderoga. And Victor is second from Sarah.
Keep the arms down. Come on.
Not sure how long we'll be able to stay here because
Let's give a cheer, everyone.
the finish line is right in back of us. And we have 1,000 meters to go when they come through here.
Christine Murphy from Peru. There's Hillary Davis from Ausable. Martisha Prater just went by. Remember, the top 10 in this race will be CVAC All-Stars.
Come on, Katie. Come on, let's go.
We are going to venture to the finish line before we get there and have no place to stand. Next stop, finish line.
Come on, Stacy.
That's right, folks, let's give a hand. About 1,000 meters to go when we get here.
One of the nice things that the finishers will have is their time as they cross that line. There's the clock ticking. And there's the finish line and
Okay, everybody, you
the
ready?
red stripe.
You ready to give a shout? Here she is, Amy Talaski from Plattsburgh High School.
Here comes our winner, Amy Talaski, PHS.
Who had second half of the race, she really pointed out. Seventh place.
And the finishers are collapsing in the funnel that gets them out of the way and gets them their number. They got to keep going. Once they get here, they want to stop, but they have to keep going reluctantly in some cases. They keep going and they get a number that tells them where they finished.
This is the best of the CVAC right here.
Still finishing up. And it doesn't look like they could go much more, does it? Is that a race? Our times right now are in the 21-minute mark. Here comes the group. Gotta keep them in line. Look out. Every place is important to every runner.
Okay.
Way to go, Lori.
Good job. Honey.
I think the worst thing about this finish is it's uphill. So we have moved over to the opposite side of the finish line. The race is complete, I guess. I don't see anybody else coming in. Our battery died again. We're here on limited batteries. Our main batteries are at a soccer game. And this time of the year we hate to invest in batteries because we're about to start covering indoor events exclusively, and we end up buying battery this time of the year. By the time spring rolls around, we've wasted the money that we've spent on that battery, because the battery doesn't always last through the winter with the lack of use. So our apologies. Next up will be the boys event. We'll start it on battery power and we'll finish it up with the electricity. We'll be finishing up from this side of the field.
Runners, remember to help yourself to the juices and the food down at
The last event will be the boys varsity. They'll be starting momentarily. Before they begin, we want to read our faithful list of cougars that we have. It's in pretty bad shape right now. I'll show it to you here. This paper has been rained on and wind blown. These are the modified and varsity names that we have. If any are missing, our apologies. But these are the names we have for the cougars who have run during the season this year for Northeastern: Brad Burley, Jason Lemoy, Jason Whalen, Holly LaFountain, Charles Cross, Kevin Berkman, James Schwartz, Jason Kelsey, Kevin Gino, Zach Rabideau, Dan Whalen, Bernie Menard, Gina Brassard, Bill Rye, Jared Ankoviak, Heather Desero, Emma Colby, Elizabeth Paola, Patrick Leduc, Jared Tremblay, Aaron Dragoon, Jennifer Norris, Hillary Desero, Mary Coulomb, Jessica Himmel, Randy Cheney, Tabitha Juno, Tammy Kaye, Danielle Kelsey, Andy Cheney, Jeremiah Colby, Angie LeDuc, Kevin Gay, and Shelby Moore. We recognize quite a few viewer supporters in that list, families. We recognize some who are former viewer patrons but aren't currently up to date. And we also recognize far too many who get cable and have never supported us. So if you're on that last list in particular, please contribute to our battery fund, if nothing else, so we can help to keep this kind of events going. We want to thank Judy Castine and Mike Fay for covering the JV Boys Soccer Championship that's going on today at Northeastern. We wouldn't have a battery problem today if Booster Club had been there to open up the concession booth and allow us to use the electricity, but they're running on batteries. We're running on batteries here. Sam Castine's running on batteries at the Shazy quarterfinal game in girls soccer, Class D playoffs. Bill Chase has a couple of batteries with him when he covers the Northern Adirondack, the sports that he keeps. So batteries are an expensive item, and if nothing else, if you've never contributed, why not contribute to the battery fund? If nothing else will motivate you after all these years.
Could be a classic here.
Whenever we read off the name of Cougars, we often forget to mention the coach, Mr. Brian Power. We don't have a number on the number of participants here today, but obviously there are several dozen getting in their last practice runs here. The race was scheduled to start at 3, but I don't think anybody thought it would, with the girls going at 2:30. Doesn't leave much time in between.
Starting again. Hopefully we won't see it. Show time.
Gun. Guns up. They're off. It's 3:05. And again, the fan race is off and running too. And here come the leaders. 2 liters, just like the soda. Seaton and Ty. Step for step. Must be even harder to run your own pace when you get into a race like this. Everyone watching knows it's pacing yourself. It's so important. They don't run out of gas at the wrong time. With so many runners and so much at stake and so many people here cheering them on, it must be very difficult to come in at your own pace. Our two leaders are still going step and step.
Come on, Bill! Yeah, he's not.
Okay, Christine Murphy, the Press Republican photographer, would like to see you at the finish line.
They're spread out, but a steady stream.
Was in 5th place.
A steady stream.
So our top 5, that's Jeremy Stone from Seton, Jay Wells from Ticonderoga, Joe McLeod from Peru, Bill DeMunk from Saranac Lake, and John Aiken from Peru. That's the top 5 at the moment.
We're looking to switch positions here when this stream lets up, and looks like it's finally got a break in it there. Starting to get a little further apart from each other. So at this point we will now move to our next vantage point. Don't go away.
We probably have one of the top runners in Class B, Jeremy Stone, in the state, and one of the top runners in Class C, Jay Wells from Ticonderoga. And they're just out here.
That's our two leaders, and looks like they're ahead of everybody else, which means we won't be able to stay here too long. We'll try to get the first 10 to 15. About 80 boys, we're told, unofficial total somewhere around 80. For the girls' race, it was somewhere in the mid-60s for the amount of runners. It's about, what, 6 runners we've seen so far? At this point, we can't see the clock, so I can't tell you. And unlike most sports, where they give us an unobstructed view, we have to fend for ourselves here, so we can't wait too long at this spot. We're going to have to relocate and get to that finish line before we have no view at all when we get there.
Some of you are standing right in the course out there.
We're not going to have an unobstructed view, but we have to be close to our electricity at this point. Otherwise, the same thing that happened during the girls' event.
Last year, if you recall, Jeremy Stone ran away with the CVACs.
Could happen here. The batter would
I
die.
think this has got to be called a mild upset. Jay Wells ran away with it.
Ticonderoga, the
From
winner.
Ticonderoga. Jay Wells from Ticonderoga wins in 15 minutes, 26 seconds.
15:26.
Fantastic race for Jay Wells.
He's coming!
Jeremy Stone from Seton will be second. Fast closing, Joe McLeod will be third. 15:45 for Joe McLeod. Here's Bill DeMung in fourth place from Saranac Lake. Who's the Seton kid? Not right this second. Who is it? This is Jason Zerbut from Seton. In fifth place. John Aiken from Peru in sixth place. Chris Bouvier in seventh place. Matt Drown finishing hard here.
Top 10 are all-stars. 8, 9, there. Aaron Dragoon made the top 10 from Northeastern Clinton. A first-year runner. I think that we just saw the 10 top finishers right there.
Great finish. Let's hear it for these kids, folks. Come on, let's give them a hand.
Dragoon is first year in running, so it's first time he's ever run an event of this magnitude. And I'm sure experience helps when you get to something like this.
These kids are giving it their all here. Look at this finish, coming to the finish line here.
A lot of kick yet as Ankoviak tries to beat this runner from Peru. Unfortunately, the PA man has stopped giving names. It'd be nice to have everybody's name on. Here comes Trombley from Northeastern. Stay in line. See the Jerry Dupree out there helping to sort people out. His wife Mary over here, making sure that they don't get out of line when they cross. Another Cougar.
Come on, Willie!
Number 30 crossing the line.
What number you are right here? 37.
Menard.
39.
This is not just the sectionals, this is actually two sectional races going on here. Section 7 Class B and Class C. So what we've seen today is modified race, boys and girls. We've seen a girls race, which was B and C sectionals, and a boys race, which is B and C sectionals. So it's nice to get them all together here and have one giant meet out of it. And that will get you an overall champion for the CVAC. Since the CVAC and Section 7 are one and the same in this sport.
Ribbons?
They're still kicking hard as they come in.
Places 35 and 61 from the girls' race. They still need your names in the varsity race. Also, in the boys' varsity race, those of you who have received ribbons, Make sure you have the right ribbon. Some of them are mixed up.
You're off one.
I believe there's still some runners out there.
If there's an EMT here, we need one at the finish line. Kathy Cushion, if she is here, could she please report to the finish line?
Mrs. Walker.
Turn them in. That would certainly facilitate the process. I know you all don't like to wait after the race is over for results and trophy presentations. It will go a lot faster if you write the names on the cards and turn them in as soon as possible. Of course, so please be careful. Finish line. We go the wrong way. With a couple of wet stretches in between. She dropped it on the last part of the course. And we have it right here.
Which one?
Thank you very much, whoever picked that up.
79 just crossed.
Okay, if anyone has lost a watch, we have it at the finish line. It's a Timex Indiglo. Okay, and I would like to mention that the photographer from the Press Republican would like to take a photograph of the top 10 in the boys' race as soon as you feel like you're recuperated enough. The picnic table behind the finish line.
That looks like it's it. 82 people crossed the line. Yeah, I think they're going to have some kind of awards ceremony. We just might stick around and watch it.
One more mention about Junior Olympics.
Runner number 83.
And also any runners who are interested in Junior Olympics, please see
Okay, we have let's get
one more time. The top.
Okay, we've been informed by listening to the PA announcer who just won't shut up back there. He just keeps talking, but maybe he'll stop talking long enough to get us to mention that this has not been a sectional competition. This has strictly been CVAC, and it's just to pick the All-Stars, the top 10, make the All-Star team. So sectionals will be held at a later date. Chances are we won't be able to make it. It'll be held in Elizabethtown, but we were happy to be here, even though we got our signals crossed as to exactly what the event was. It was a nice event, and it's the CVAC All-Stars for 1996 will be the top 10 finishers in each of the races. And after a very lengthy delay, looks like we're finally ready to hand out the ribbons or the awards, whatever they're going to get here. I think all three races will be represented.
Brian Kiley, I'm the CVAC and Section 7 Chairman for Cross Country. Just a few thank yous first. A big thank you to Seton Catholic for hosting the meet. A wonderful job today and a great day for running. Let's give them a hand. And really, way too many people to try to properly acknowledge everybody, but particularly Jack and Dale Wilson, who set this all up, and they deserve a big round of applause. Okay, since we're toward the end of the year, and I'm assuming because we're running Friday next week that I won't see many of you. We've had a great year this year. I think we can look forward to some really good things at the state meet over in Canton. We hope a number of you will be able to get over to Canton to watch the meet. Your kids have had a great year, particularly running outside the section. This is, in my opinion, one of the toughest cross-country leagues in the state. We kind of go around beating up on each other and then go out and do well outside. A few thanks for during the year our bus drivers who have carted us all around the North Country. And I'd like the kids to give a big round of applause to your coaches and parents for all the time they've spent getting us around to meets and everything. And at this point I'd like to turn things over to Gail Wilson, and I guess we'll do the girls modified first. We'll be calling up our top 10 runners.
Okay, when we call your name, just come and stand up here. All right, in the girls modified race, in 10th place with a time of 9:43 from Beekman Town Central was Kara Cornell. She went home. In 9th place with a time of 9:42 from NCCS, Holly LaFountain. In 8th place from Saranac with a time of 9:41, Amy Walker. In 7th place from NCCS with a time of 9:38, Hillary Desereau.
All right, Hillary!
You guys can stand right in front here where everybody can see you. There you go. In 6th place with a time of 9:36 from Ty Shannon Barber. Oh, never mind, that's a boy. They put down female. Okay. All right, everybody moves up a place because we had a boy posing as a girl. No. Okay, let's get 10th place up here then. Would be from Saranac Lake with a time of 9:45, Katrina Hero. In 5th place from PHS with a time of 9:31, Sarah Sandwick. In 4th place from Seton Catholic with a time of 9:30, Maggie Casprini. In 3rd place from Seton Catholic with a time of 9:14, Carrie Gregory. In 2nd place from Peru with a time of 8:26, Jennifer Evans. And to give our winners award, we'll have Mark Elmore doing that.
Actually, Don Evans will present the award. I just want to say a couple of words about the young man this award is given in honor of. A few years ago, the area lost a real special young man, and he comes from a great family, and we've really done a great job in rallying around his cause. We do something every August in his memory that helps a lot of people. But he was a CVAC junior high modified cross-country champion, an outstanding individual, and a very special person. And in his honor, we want to present the Jonathan Evans Memorial Award to our champion in the girls modified race this year. And that goes to Annalisa Cook from Saranac Lake.
Thank you, girls. That's a great job. Can't wait till you're all varsity runners. All right, for the modified boys, in 10th place with a time of 8:21 from Osable Valley, Sean Smithson. I know I'm probably murdering your names, but in 9th place from Saranac Lake with a time of 8:11, Nate Buckman. In 8th place from Saranac Lake, hurry up and join him so he doesn't have to be alone, with a time of 8:10, Adam Van Ortnick. In 7th place, from PHS with a time of 8:08, Jared Olson. In 6th place, from Peru with a time of 8:05, John Bonner. In 5th place, from Thai with a time of 8:03, Travis Norton. In 4th place, with a time of 7:54, from Osable Valley, DeForest Carter. In 3rd place, from Peru with a time of 7:53, Josh Jabuk. In 2nd place, from Peru with a time of 7:52, Anthony Crescendero.
And this year's modified boys champion, following in the footsteps of some great runners from Peru also, with a time of 7:40, Chad Morse.
Thank you very much, boys. Great job. All the coaches are looking at those guys, waiting for them for next year. All right, now we have the girls varsity race. Top 10 for All-Stars. In 10th place, with a time of 19:58, from Osable Valley, Hillary Davis. In 9th place, with a time of 19:45, from PHS, Katie Roden. In 8th place, with a time of 19:40, from Peru, Christine Murphy. In 7th place, with a time of 19:39, from Scene Catholic, Montisha Freitas. In 6th place, with a time of 19:23, from Saranac Lake, Aaron Baker. In 5th place, from Ticonderoga, with 19:20, Andrea Staple. Oh, that's better. In 4th place, from Saranac, with a time of 19:07, Kelly Duffy. In 3rd place, with a time of 18:58, from Scene Catholic, Eden Brady. Okay, in 2nd place, with a time of 18:47, from Peru, Joanna Evans. We might mention that we have the senior Kelly Duffy, this is her 5th year as a CVAC All-Star. Mr. Powers, would you like to come up and do the award for the CVAC Girls Champion?
Thank you, Gail. The award is named for Beth Bach, who was my #1 English student a few years ago, many years ago, and the best runner on my cross-country team. Her dad wrote Jonathan Livingston Seagull. You probably are familiar with that book. And always the girls who represent the CVAC and represent the all-star team and the #1 runner are always quality girls, and the kind of girls that not only have the talent but the character. And Amy Toloski richly deserves this. She's a tremendous runner. Congratulations, Amy.
The other one, Brian.
One with the girl on it there. Okay, good job, girls. Nice to see such great athletes out here. Okay, now for the boys varsity, the all-star team. In 10th place with a time of 16:27 from Seton Catholic, Gabe Sabrin. Gabe ran for a shirt today. Okay, in 9th place with a time of 16:26 from NCCS, Aaron Dragoon. In 8th place from Ticonderoga with a time of 16:25, Doug Zayak. I know that it's a beautiful day, and I know there was a little bit taken off the course because of the water, but these are still, all these top 10 times are incredible times on this course. Years ago, they would have been record times. I mean, it just, as Mr. Kiley said, it just shows you how good Section 7 is to have these kinds of times. In 7th place, with a time of 16:19 from Beekmantown, Matt Drown. In 6th place, from Seton Catholic, with a time of 16:10, Chris Bouvier. Okay, in 5th place, with a time of 16:08, from Peru, John Aiken. In 4th place, and part of a special group of freshmen, few freshmen make an all-star team. 4th place with a time of 16:05 from Seton Catholic, Jason Jabot. In 3rd place from Peru with a time of 15:45, Joe McLeod. And in 2nd place, one of those few freshmen to make All-Star. This is his 4th year as a senior. In 2nd place with a time of 15:42 from Seton Catholic, Jeremy Stone.
Okay, I'd like to call Dave Rutkowski up, please. A number of years ago, David Rutkowski Jr. was a runner for us for a number of years and died tragically before his senior season. I still miss him. He was a really great kid, as all of our kids have been. And we're really pleased this year for the first time to be able to award the David Rutkowski Jr. Memorial Award to a tie runner. And that's Jay Wells with a time of 15:24. One quick word also to the tie boys, because I know some of you are going home with your parents. I need to see you because we need to figure out what time we're practicing Monday.
Girls are at 10.
Okay, I just want to thank everybody for coming. It was a great day, a great race. Everybody ran well. We appreciate all the support we get for cross country. For some of you who have never been, you see now how hard they work. Thanks again.
To wrap up our coverage, 1996 CVAC All-Star Competition. You've been watching Hometown Cable.
Coaches don't take.
Tonight's match, first CVAC match for the Bobcats, will be NAC versus Beekmantown. First up for the modified is Steve Marsh from NAC versus Jacob Rivers of Beekmantown. I believe Stevie Marsh is 7th grader, and that kid doesn't look to be much older, so should be a pretty even matchup. ref, Chad Magoon, is a graduate from Northern Adirondack. So I think he's one of our first refs, so we've had other than Marty LaPointe. Ooh. Headlock, and Steve slips out of it somehow. Bear hug, too. He's got a whizzer. He's going to get back points here. With 15 seconds remaining, it's 4-0 in favor of Jacob Rivers. And now Stevie Marsh with a takedown. Wait, not yet. So it should be, time's up. 4-2 in favor of Jacob Rivers of Beamantown. End of the first period. Okay. I believe Rivers deferred and Marsh took bottom. So he was trying to stand up, double underhooks. Oh, no, looks like he's got a leg hooked in. Trying to sprawl hard to break Rivers' grip. Still not free, so he's not going to get any points until he breaks Rivers' grip. Should have one coming up pretty soon. Right. One minute periods really go by quickly, so scoring's done. Action never stops. Steve gets his 1 point. It's now 4-3 with 5 seconds left in the second period. Chooses bottom to begin the third period. He still leads 4-3. Stevie's gonna either have to let him up and take him down or try to turn him for back points. Tried for a bulldog there and slipped off. Move's very dangerous, but it can end up in a pin. May have back points here. He's still not at an angle enough. Going for the pin. You just got to hold him there for the win now. 5 seconds left. Stevie Marsh wins by a score of 6-4.